Hey y'all, welcome or welcome back. Let's just roll the intro. Alright, so I need to rant just for a hot second, okay? So I've already recorded this video, and there is a 99.9999% chance that the thumbnail that you see matches the original video that I recorded, because the thumbnail is done, okay? And I don't know that I'm gonna recreate the thumbnail to match today's video, the redo video. So let me just make that point clear. Yeah, so I batch recorded this video already, but when I went back and replayed the footage, my mic happened to go out halfway through the video, and so you hear nothing, y'all. Absolutely nothing. So I spent a couple days trying to troubleshoot it, couldn't get it to work, so I just had to re-record. So this is kind of one of the things that just comes with the job. I'm aware, I know it, I just hate it when technical issues like this happen. So it is what it is, but I am telling you now that we're going to do a condensed version of this video that I've already shot, because I was a little bit too chatty for my liking, and B, yeah, I've got a lot of other things to do, so I still want to get you this video, but we're not going to talk as much as I was talking the last time, okay? So let's get right into it. All right, y'all, so I don't know what it is about this upcoming spring season, but when I tell you I'm uberly excited to get into it, I am so freaking excited. And for me personally, I feel like our winter wasn't too terrible. Like, it wasn't super duper cold, but I just felt like things were a little bit dreary during this winter season. I don't know, but I'm just ready to get into the warmer temperatures, just the bright and fruity and floral fragrances. And so I have quite a bit of those to share with you all. And the first one that I want to get into is Opus Kore from Vilhelm Perfumery. Now, I just featured this in a haul that I did. And y'all, to me, this is an underrated gem from the house that I think more people need to know about. More people need to get their noses on it. But this is like a fresh, fruity, it's a slightly woody scent too. And then it's got like some powdery aspects to it. But when I think about spring, this definitely puts me in that mindset. It's almost like a mood booster in a way, but the subtle powdery nuances through this kind of takes it from being too citrusy, too fresh, too bright, and it tones it down just a little bit. I'm super glad that Vilhelm is doing these 20 ml bottles that actually feel like a true bottle, because I am one that is very guilty of neglecting my travel sprays, and so I've got a gang of those just sitting in the back of the shelf. But something like this makes me, it appeals to me more, so it makes me want to grab for it and use it. So this, I could see myself upgrading this to maybe about a 50 ml bottle, but I truly enjoy this one, and yeah, can't wait to continue wearing it for the springtime. Danäe from Argos Fragrances. So I talked about this scent when I did my review on Triumph of Bacchus, and I had a sample that came with that purchase. And y'all, when I sprayed this on my body, I was engulfed, I was a bit mesmerized, I was enticed, I was all the things that immediately put this on my radar and at the very top of my list to pick up. And I'm so glad that I have this in my collection, but I'm almost regretful that I got the 30 ml of this. Now, to me, this is a unisex fragrance, but I do feel like it leans a touch masculine in my opinion. But when yeah, when I say this is so good, so on the top it has like some citrusy aspects. I want to say it has like lemon, it's got bergamot maybe. I do know for sure it has a note of pink pepper, which I personally find to be spiced sensuality a bit. Like, it's not heavy and super thick sensual, but it's got a touch of sexiness to it, and I think that's what the pink pepper, to me, in my opinion, does. It's got some woodiness running all up and through here. I want to say there's gaiac and maybe sandalwood, definitely some musk in here, and I think there's also patchouli. So Overall, to me, this is a beautiful scent, like I said, that I just could not stop thinking about once I ran through that sample from Argos. But what this puts me in the mindset of is, just imagine that you're hanging out with your boo, your bae, whatever, okay? Y'all are having a date day, okay? So y'all are taking it from morning, afternoon to date night, all right? And so he is doused in this beautiful fragrance, and you, of course, are all loved up, hugged up on him. And so at the end of the night, when you come home and you take off your clothes, you smell him on you. But well, let me speak for me. My personal chemistry mixed with this scent just sweetens it up just a tad bit more. And it gives me a sense of comfort. It gives me a sense of, it's beautiful. I love it. I'm kind of regretting getting the 30 ml. But I really wish Argos would offer a 50 ml size. So in between the 100 and the 30, the 50 ml I think would be a perfect middle ground, of course. But because this does lean a bit on the masculine side, I didn't want to dive in and just get the Big Daddy 100 ml bottle. So again, I wish the 50 ml was available because I feel like that would have been a happy medium and a perfect size for me to cop. Either way, I'm glad that I do have it in my collection. It's gorgeous, and I think it's great for the springtime. Exalte from Me Monet. I was so excited to get this. I was gifted this from Ray and the Skin Potions team. So thank you, Ray. Thank you, Skin Potions, for gifting me this. I love it, y'all. I absolutely love it. And so I actually missed out on the original release of this when they had it. It was either a 50 or 100 ml bottle, but once that sold out, they did do a re-release, I guess, later on down the line. And this is the only size that they do offer. So happy to have this in my collection. All in all, this is a beautiful scent. I think you can get away with this year round, but definitely perfect for the springtime. This also has a kick of brightness in the opening, but overall this scent to me is more of a vanillic, rosy, ambery scent. And I want to say this gives me a bit of sexiness, a little bit of sensuality. I want to say there's pink pepper in here too, and I'm just guessing at this point. But the same kind of sensual aspect, sexy aspect is what I get in Danäe, and because that has pink pepper in it, I'm just gonna assume this does too. I could be wrong, but overall to me, this is more of a vanillic, rosy fragrance. Gorgeous, and it's perfect to shine in the springtime. I hope they do come back out with the bigger size bottle because I am using this sparingly because I don't want to run out, because I do enjoy this quite a bit. So this is Exalte from Me Monet. Mimosa and Cardamom from Jo Malone. Now, I think I've shared this quite a few times on my channel, but I discovered this on a girl's trip back from Thailand. So at the airport, stumbled upon this. I could not get enough of this. Now, Jo Malone gets a lot of flack because it just doesn't last. And I will agree 100%. But I will say this is my second big bottle. So when I discovered this in the airport, I bought the small bottle. And then ran through that, bought another big bottle, ran through that, and now this is my second big bottle. Now this one I haven't gone through as quickly as I've done the ones in the past. And because of that, this has set. And so I feel like it has macerated quite a bit. And the color of it is a tad bit darker than when I first purchased it. But because of that, I feel like the longevity, the performance overall is way better than when I first got it, which most fragrances will do that to you. If you give it time to just sit and let it do its thing, you'll find that the performance will improve if you have issues in that department. So this definitely performs a little bit better than when I first got it, but overall I love cardamom. The mimosa note in here I think just brightens it up, and then the tonka bean just sweetens everything. It just rounds it out, y'all. So perfect for the springtime, and I'm just ready to pull this back out because I haven't been grabbing for this at all, really. So I definitely want to get more wears this spring. Attrape Reve from Louis Vuitton. Now, I recently just hauled this one as well, and I know I'm late to the party. I know. But I am excited and so happy to have her in my collection, and I cannot wait to tear this one up for the springtime, y'all. This is such a beautiful scent, and it surprised me. I wasn't expecting to enjoy this as much as I do. So I had to get her, okay? So this does have peony. It's got some rose in here. It's got lychee, which I do get a lot of. Yeah, I get a lot of that lychee note. There's a cacao note in here, which to me, I feel like makes it a little buttery in the background. So there's a patchouli note in here, which the patchouli is not dirty at all, okay? I feel like the patchouli is done on the cleaner side. It's a clean patchouli, but the patchouli with that cacao makes it a little buttery to me. Yeah, there's like a background butteriness that's happening. If any of y'all feel what I'm saying, let me know in the comments, but the background of this is smooth, buttery, patchouli, cacao. The foreground is that floral and lychee aspect. It's beautiful, it's bright, it's perfect for the springtime. Absolutely Blooming from Miss Dior. I love this fragrance with all my heart. Cross my heart. I don't hope to die, but I love this fragrance that much. So this is actually a scent that I wasn't looking for intentionally. I went to Sephora trying to scoop up the 2017 version of the regular Miss Dior, but by the time I even was aware, they had already done the reformulation, and so the 2017 version was no longer available, and I was a little salty, okay? So I didn't necessarily want that trip to be empty-handed, so I did explore the other Miss Diors that they had. There is, I think, a Blooming Bouquet. There was this, and then there was something else, like Rock Rose or something else. Didn't really care for any of the other ones, including the reformulated Miss Dior. But this one surprised me. It surprised me. So this to me is a fruity floral done extremely well in the designer space, okay? There are lots of fruits in here. So it's got some raspberry, it's got some black currant. It also has pomegranate, which I think lends to the tardiness. There's a slight tardiness that I get in here, but it also has pink pepper. And I feel like pink pepper is a running theme, especially for a lot of springtime scents. I don't know, I'll have to look into that, but there's pink pepper in here, there is rose in here, peony in here, and musk, y'all. This is such a gorgeous scent, and one that I was not looking to buy or purposely looking for, but once I sniffed this, I said, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and scoop you up and see how you do, and she's been doing so well. So I do reserve this for the springtime only. I don't really grab for this or wanna wear this in the cooler temperatures, but during the warmer temps, this, honey, she's gonna do you right, okay? So Absolutely Blooming from Miss Dior. Okay, so the sun is shifting, so you guys may see the lighting change just a bit, okay? But this next fragrance, every time I sniff it, it gives me all the feels. It gets me all giddy and excited. Fire at Will from Javoy. Y'all, I spoke about this in my vanilla video. Check it out, okay? This is up there. This is one of my top vanillas, y'all, and I just can't. I can't. This, oh, y'all. This is, it's a simple vanilla, but it's not. This has vanilla, I want to say it has brown sugar in it, but it has a note of mimosa. And I feel like the mimosa is what makes this sparkly. There is a sparkly factor to this vanilla scent, and it's because of that floral note. And when I tell you I love this, I love this. And because it has that mimosa note in it, I feel like it's perfect for the springtime because it's not too heavy, it's not overbearing, it's not overpowering, it's not doing the most, but it's doing enough, and it's giving you all the feels. It gives me all the feels every time I sniff it, y'all. I love this one so freaking much, okay? So freaking much. Fire at Will. If you have not checked this one out, I'm gonna need you to get on it this year, okay? On your to-do list for 2023, everybody who enjoys vanilla, I need you to check this one out. Check it out. Okay, so this next one is one that I'm super excited because I haven't worn or talked about it in quite a minute, y'all. Oh my gosh. Who asked you to come? Nobody, girl, but I feel like you need a little bit of help because I think you left out a couple from this line. Girl, I can't talk about every fragrance or every spring fragrance in my collection. I have to bring a select few. So no Burberry Her Elixir, no Creme de Cuir, no Oriana. Okay. Getting back to the program, hopefully there's no more interruptions, but the fragrance that I was going to mention or introduce was Belle de Jour from Dior. Y'all, I absolutely love this fragrance, and it's perfect for this time of year. So this is, I think this is considered a fruity floral, but I don't get a whole lot of florals running through this. This is mainly fruits to me. It's got a hint of like some woodiness on the dry down, but this is predominantly pear. I want to say there is some peach in here running through here as well, but it's creamy too. And so there's some powdery notes, and there's a pear ice cream note in here. It is absolutely beautiful. It gives me a little bit of a cozy vibe as well, but predominantly a nice, bright, beautiful scent for the springtime. This, unfortunately, is a scent that is being discontinued from Dior, so that is why I have the Big Daddy bottle. I went in looking to buy just like the 4.2 size, but this was all that they had available. So once they have gone through all the inventory of this size, they're not, you know, producing this scent anymore. So I don't mind it because I love it so much, and I can spray it liberally because I have such a huge bottle. So it is what it is, but ultimately perfect for the springtime. Beautiful, creamy peach and pear scent. Love, love, love. Sunplosion from Simone Andreoli. Y'all, when I tell you the excitement is real, the excitement is so real, okay? Now, I will give a little disclaimer. To me, this leans a little bit more summery than it does spring, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with giving this a test drive during this season, okay? Because that's exactly what I intend to do. But I am not gonna go in depth into this scent because I've decided that I'm gonna give this a dedicated review. So be on the lookout for that, okay? But I will say that this house was introduced to me by Miss Veronica Says, the beautiful Veronica Says. She was talking about this house when she was going into a review for, is it Malibu by the Bay or Malibu something? And I think that's the scent that smells similar to Virgin Island water, just 10 times better from what I hear. But yeah, so that's when I first heard about this house. And I actually own another fragrance from this house called Lost in Paradise, which Miss Jessie put on the radar for me last year. So yeah, I have that fragrance, and this is the newest addition to my collection, and my second one from this house. I've sampled a couple of others from this house, which I actually really like. So again, I will do a dedicated review on this scent, but I just had to mention it for this video because I'm for sure gonna be digging into this one. Rose Trombone from L'Orchestre Parfums. Now, you guys know that I consider myself to be a newbie in the rose lovers group. I still feel like I'm pretty green in that space, because I definitely used to be a die-hard rose hater. I hated rose. Rose was not for me. I was that girl. But as my nose has matured and as I've, you know, experienced more fragrances with roses, I can appreciate a rose note. And so with this one, it's quite interesting to me. So the rose in here is not a granny or super mature rose in my opinion, but it's not a childish rose either. This rose comes off fresh, and so I would consider this like a rose that just became legal. So let's just call it a 21-year-old rose, okay? It's not a deep rose. It hasn't gone through a lot of experiences through life. It's barely getting its feet wet into the world of drama and bills and responsibilities. So this comes off fresh to me, but it's a little bit candied. So it's not a super sweet, like I said, deep intensive rose. It's fresh, it's a little candied. I think there are some fruity aspects in here which aren't super prominent in my opinion. To me, I mainly get that rose, but that rose is somewhat bright. It's a bit candied. So as this starts to dry down, I feel like there are some musky and a little bit woody nuances coming through here. But there's something else behind it that I just can't put my nose on that I'm getting from it. I don't know. There's something else in here that's giving me a bit of like a... Matter of fact, let me spray. Y'all, I cannot make that out. I don't know if there's maybe another... Is that vanilla? Maybe it's vanilla in there. There's something else in here that I can't really make out, but I just will say that to me, predominantly, this gives me a fresh rose. It's not doing a whole lot, but there is definitely something in the background that I am not able to make out that just makes it a little bit more special and intriguing and interesting. Now, there's another one from this house that I'm just so in love with, and that's Bouquet Encore. That's definitely perfect for the springtime as well. That is a white floral scent. And then you guys know that I also have, I'm drawing a blank, Piano Santal. That is a predominantly milky sandalwood scent. There are also a couple others from the house that I definitely want to get my nose on and explore, but Rose Trombone suits the bill for the springtime. All right, guys, so this last fragrance from my lineup today is one that I feel like is super underrated from the house of MFK, and that is Feminin Pluriel. Y'all, I am not doing this any justice because I don't talk about her enough, but when I say she is a gorgeous floral, gorgeous floral, and she definitely does get hated on because she has patchouli in it, but the patchouli again is not dirty in my opinion. The patchouli in here is done so well. She's fresh, she's clean, beautiful. It's got some other notes like powdery notes because I do get some powdery aspects. I do get some like a little bit of earthiness, okay, a little bit of earthiness, just a little. But I feel like it could be a mix of the other florals in here. So I want to say there's Lily of the Valley. There's probably Iris in here. I think there's Orange Blossom in here too. But the florals with the patchouli, there's a hint of musk that I'm getting from here as well. This is such a pretty, it's a pretty girl scent to me. This is a springtime pretty girl, beautiful floral fragrance that I feel like doesn't get enough limelight, and I am wrong too because I haven't been giving her shine either, but she's perfect for the springtime. Definitely think you could make this a signature scent, but she's a little bit more special to wear her every day in my opinion. But do you, boo? Wear what you want to wear when you want to wear it. But for me, I think she will most definitely shine in the springtime. All right, you guys, so that concludes my official spring lineup for 2023. Now, as you guys saw, Miss Nosy Rosie EVE could not get enough of herself, and she just had to throw a couple in the mix. But y'all, these are not the only ones that I will be wearing, but these are definitely the ones that I wanted to highlight for this season. So if you saw a favorite up here, let me know what that is in the comments down below, y'all. Okay, so until the next time, thank you so much for watching, and if you liked this video, guys, like this video down below. Okay, until the next time, I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.